Welcome back to another episode of Stoppage Time TV, back in the flesh, joined by two guys I don't like at the moment, but it is what it is. Got Cam, got Fuad, got myself as well. As usual, we start with business. So I've been in the streets, I've been talking to them, and the word in the street this week is VAR is shit. That's what the streets are saying.
Listen, you can't argue with the facts. You can't
I'm
argue
just bringing you what the streets are saying.
Evidential facts.
Evidential.
But continue.
There's too much of a grey area. There's too much of a grey area for VAR, in my opinion. But
with that one,
let's get into the game first, and then we'll get into why people are saying VAR is shit.
So,
the second biggest game of the season so far. First one was last week, which didn't live. Well, it lived up to the blockbuster it was supposed to be.
Whoa, man was about to say it didn't live up to it. You know, it didn't live up to it for you. It didn't live up to it for you.
Exactly. Fair due. And
nice
then we had the second one, which was a very good game. A lot of talking points for very different reasons as well. But 2-2. So I guess, how do you're the Spurs fan, you're the one that has interest.
I'll be real with you. Very lucky and grateful.
How many attempts?
Very grateful.
30 attempts
to VAR.
How many attempts
we had
did you have?
3 shots, 2 on target,
Efficiency.
2 goals.
Efficiency.
Clinical is what you call that. And you see, one thing Poch needs to do from moving forward from now on, Mora must start. I don't care what happens.
Ahead of who?
I don't care who, but he's the first name on the team sheet. When you're coming on 19 seconds.
Wait, no, go.
Let me roll with it. 19 seconds and you're making an impact.
Go on.
19 seconds and you're making an impact. Semi-final, you're scoring hat-tricks. Like, this man has turned up every time when we need him, and especially against City. So clearly this man needs to be involved. And for me, Eriksen last week, he was probably the bright spot when he come on. He changed the game. I think this week he was completely absent and probably shouldn't have started. I think I'm still not sure if his head is still in it.
Can I ask you a question?
Whether he's linked with a transfer away but
based on what you've just said, does that mean in terms of the team sheet, Lucas Moura's name comes before Harry Kane? As in terms of...
Nah, don't be silly. That's just me getting a little carried away in the moment. Come on, man.
Nah, he's in.
Harry Kane's always the first name of the team sheet, don't get twisted.
Cool.
But right now, Moura needs to be starting for Spurs. I mean, he's an impact man. He's turning up in the big moments. And I think even last season, he started the season pretty well. But overall in the game, I think we were lucky to come away with even the point. Thank God for VAR, because technology is 2019.
Why is it always you guys against...
Listen, I don't know. It's the way the stars align, and I'm sure there'll come a time when it's not in our favour, and
you have to firm it.
Do you know
Everyone,
what I mean?
it's gonna even out.
Right now, it's got us to a Champions League final. It's got us an away point at Etihad. I ain't complaining.
I mean, it come down to the VAR thing again,
Literally,
but City did this at the Etihad in the Champions League as well. In terms of, you can have all these shots, you can have more possession,
you've got to kill the game.
You got to be efficient. Why is it going to that moment? Why is City, like, not many teams come against City at Etihad and get goals anyway? So you got to give credit to Spurs. In the Champions League, they got 3 goals away from home, and here they got 2 goals. 2 goals away from home.
Well, that's
exactly. So
Lamella's goal was
exactly. I mean, that was. I don't know what Edison was doing for that goal though. That was
he just
a bit poor,
stayed to the left, didn't it? Almost like
got caught lacking.
You got to give.
I think it whipped round a sort of centre back. If you could see on
the
replay.
You got to give them their credit. You got to give Spurs their credit at the same time. But
this is why Jose says that they're title contenders, because if you can turn up against the champions elect like that, then it proves that you've got something. Where Spurs' biggest issue last year was, I think last year you were drawing too much.
Losing. We were losing a lot last year.
So
like Spurs miss Harry. Spurs miss Son.
Yeah,
big time.
Definitely.
Big time. Listen, Harry Kane. Yeah. All right now, Harry Kane. Was absolutely non-existent, and it's just so funny. No, they don't like to talk about it, so I'm gonna talk about it. Nobody likes to talk about when Harry Kane doesn't have good games. The journalists ignore it. The press, the match ratings will still say he had a 6 or a 7, or he didn't do anything. That was a Lukaku-esque performance.
Listen, he didn't have the best games, but let's not say Harry Kane doesn't.
It's poor. Son, as I said,
he turns up every time.
Son is the more important player for Tottenham than Harry Kane.
So?
Yes, man.
We had this conversation where we said,
I'm not sure.
Do they play better?
Because you remember towards the back end of last season, though, when Son was forced to kind of carry Spurs, and he kind of gassed out. for the first 2 or 3 games, he looked good, and it was like, do you know
It's
what?
a lot of
You were
responsibility,
even
though. It's a
saying
lot of
for
responsibility.
it is. That's
It's a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying. And
responsibility.
Harry Kane's had to
Spurs'
carry that
best
load
form
constantly.
came when Harry
So
Kane
it's
wasn't
easy
there.
to say the one
I
game where he
I don't
doesn't
disagree with
perform.
that.
Harry Kane is all of a
But
sudden
we made
less
a point
important.
here. I
It's
think-
not less
Come on.
important.
We were one of the
Come
first
on.
to make a
Come
point.
on.
Let
He's
me
just
say
more
that.
reliant. He's just
We
more
said-
reliant. He
No,
needs.
but in terms of
Boy.
we said it last
Just
season.
shooting from the halfway
Stand
line
for
like a clown. This isn't the preseason as well.
And you
That-
score.
Nah, that
No,
annoyed
come
me.
on.
That annoyed
No,
me.
no.
That annoyed me.
Supreme
That
confidence.
annoyed me.
We said it last year. Style of football. For some odd reason, when he's not in the squad, maybe because they don't have to rely on him to get the ball and whatnot,
We play more
you
as a team.
play more as a team. It looks a bit
Definitely.
more fluid. There was one thing that annoyed me yesterday about his performance. I thought with you guys bringing in these centre mids, that it means that he can be this guy. That's what I said. I think he should get 33 goals because he shouldn't have to come. Why is Kane coming into centre mid? Why? I don't understand it. Why?
I don't think he did that much yesterday.
No. There
Nah,
was points
second
where
half,
I
when
messaged
Mora
you.
came
I
on
messaged you and I
initially.
said, is he playing
Yeah.
centre mid?
When Mora came on, he was kept dropping a little
And
bit
it's
more.
like,
Mora
why are
was
you
staying up
dropping?
top.
Maybe just because he needed to get involved. Because
That's what I think.
end of the day, he wasn't really doing anything. Yeah, I mean,
At
he wasn't.
the end of the day,
Like
They
you
were
say,
all
yeah.
over him like
But
a
if that ball
rash.
goes
I
in,
think he was ineffective the whole first half.
but if
and
that
he
ball
just wanted
goes
to be
in and
more
he's not there
involved.
because what he's trying to drop back and make late runs, then boy,
I hear it.
I
Well,
need
it's
you to be
worked
my
out in
striker.
previous.
The problem
It's
is
worked
Harry
out, but
Kane is.
this is the difference between him being Harry Kane, the leader, and him being Harry Kane, the goal scorer that's going to take your team to the next level.
Harry
Like, I
Kane-
get it,
Harry
you have
Kane
to
is
make
playing-
So
that
do you
example.
think yesterday was 2 drop points for Spurs or
No way,
Like,
you're
come on.
buzzing. That
Like,
is
what do you
two-
think? Would
that
you
is-
think?
No, that is
Here's
two
the
drop
thing:
points for Man City.
Aguero coming off. Like, what do you think of that?
That was
And
baffling.
the
I
whole
don't
little
think.
Pep
I don't personally
situation.
think Pep. I don't know if Pep likes Aguero. You know, like I don't really know what their relation.
I don't think he.
I don't know what their relationship is. I feel like obviously when he first came through, he tried to kind of like ease Aguero out. Aguero is just too
Yeah,
much of a
he's
killer
too
for
much.
that.
He
Straight
kept
away
him
signed
Kept him doing his
Jesus.
thing. But I still think for some strange reason in Pep's heart, he wants Jesus as his striker. Gave him number
Definitely.
9 this season as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
I
For
still,
me,
I don't know that
I
argument as
agree
well.
with
They didn't highlight it again. I'm not gonna. The press didn't want to
Try and hug
highlight
it out
that,
at
but
the end.
cool.
No.
Because they, you know what I mean,
fake
City
hug.
media
The hug was
darlings.
for no reason. The hug was for no reason because the goal.
VAR.
You get me? But what I think from what you said, Cam, with the Aguero thing, I think it's a thing where, like you said, Aguero is so good, you cannot deny him. You cannot deny his quality. Aguero will play very limited games and
And
still
what he's
get
done for
24
City.
goals. Exactly. However, I genuinely think for some reason Guardiola prefers the way Jesus plays and what Jesus means to the team. But he knows that you can't just drop a goal scorer like that.
I think Jesus will naturally get more involved in the link-up play and do more of the
Yes.
defensive work,
But
whereas
Aguero's going to
Aguero
get you
won't.
goals out of nowhere.
That's the thing.
The
gonna
thing
get
is,
goals
City,
out there.
the way City played, they played a little bit differently than they usually play because I don't know. Obviously, they must have identified Kyle Walker-Peters or whatever his name is as the weak link.
Yeah.
They were kind of moving the ball
Boy,
a lot
he was
quicker
getting
than they usually
stretched
do. You
apart.
see, when and obviously David Silva wasn't playing as well. When David Silva was playing in midfield, City's possessions usually like 60%, 65%. Today it was 56. Spurs had 44% possession. That's quite good. At Etihad, I feel like
yeah.
City were trying to move it a lot quicker, trying to target Kyle Walker's Peters, and then it kind of went away from their normal style, which I didn't think. But to be honest, they created a lot of chances, but how many of them were absolutely clear cut?
Kevin De Bruyne.
They had a good
Kevin
amount.
De Bruyne
I'm not
at
too
the
sure.
end of the first half was slicing us apart. I'm not even lying.
I'll
to
be
you.
honest. I feel like
they should
I
have
feel
got
like
3
KDB
or
listens
4.
to Stoppage Time.
Boy,
I feel like he
I'm
listened to
telling
Cam,
you.
yeah, and he said, "What you're comparing this
Pogba.
this
I was talking to one of my
Yo,
boys. I was talking to one of my boys.
Talking to KDB.
Nah. I was talking to one of my boys, and I was like, we're talking about like crossers.
Yeah.
I actually think, other than Beckham, KDB is probably the best crossover ball I've ever seen in my life.
The thing
His
about
accuracy
crosses, though,
is
yeah,
ridiculous.
They're kind of like these low through
Bro,
passes.
Did you
type
see the
stuff.
one?
the
Did you see the
cross
one
cuts.
for Sterling's
Yeah,
goal?
it's-
It's-
Cross cuts.
They're not
Look
actual
what he did for
crosses.
Sterling's goal, bro. The
He's-
guy, before he
his
even
vision
received
is
the ball,
something else.
Sterling and Aguero were on their bike,
They knew what to do.
and he
Yeah.
put
They
it
knew what to do.
right.
He knew what to
It's
do.
mad.
His delivery
It's different
is,
for
I've
us.
never seen
It's
something
on
like that.
10
It's
pence.
it's too
Well,
it's
you
too
stand
good.
By, you stand by your comment last week.
About what? Yeah,
Pogba
I
thing.
stand by that. But in terms of putting the ball in the box,
You
and
appreciate KDB.
he's just like a walking assist machine. If you're gonna be,
straight.
if KDB is gonna be there, and you're a striker or you're a winger, you're gonna get double figures. Bro.
If he stays
he's just
fit,
too, he's just a ridiculous player.
It's not going to United, but it's with last week when Pogba was putting the balls through for your quick forwards.
Mm-hmm.
If your forwards keep growing and maturing and keep doing stuff like that, it'll be similar to what City have in terms of when KDB gets the ball and it goes through, you know what's happening.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, again, if you have quality in the midfield like that, you're gassed.
Mm.
But if you look at Spurs, you've got people that can play quality, but Harry Kane's not necessarily. This is why I have gripes with Harry
Nah,
Kane.
I
It's
think
like Jamie Vardy has elite movement like that, but Harry Kane's not always going to run forward. He wants to play the ball a lot 2 feet.
He's not exactly the quickest, but for me,
And I think with the way Spurs play, that
not
can
an
potentially.
So what are you lot saying here? Drop Harry Kane or
No one's saying
drop
drop
Harry Kane.
something like.
No one's saying drop
You lot
Harry
seem to
Kane.
be nitpicking
But listen,
at
why
Harry
does he
Kane
always
all
get
the
like this?
time.
Whenever
just
you
want- I just
highlight a
wanna see-
Spurs player,
I just
you
wanna
always
see.
seem to try and jump to a conclusion
not.
of what should we do
I
then?
just
Drop
wanna
him.
know.
No,
I
he had a
just
poor
wanna know.
performance. It was very
Alright,
poor.
so
That's
let's
it.
At the end of
That's
the
what
day,
I'm
we
saying.
took a point.
Are we not allowed to talk
At the
about?
end of the day, we
What are we
took a
talking
point at
about?
the Etihad.
Are we not talking about Man City, Tottenham?
We're not allowed to
Yes.
And
criticize
is
him
Harry
first.
Kane not a star on the pitch?
Yes.
So, and we're saying he's poor. So why does that equate to you
do
saying
you
now,
mean?
what doesn't mean he has to be dropped?
What does it
Doesn't mean
mean?
that.
We're not allowed
Because
to
no,
criticise him
it's
as
because
players.
this ain't the first time we've gone at Harry Kane. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
because perform then.
Because
perform,
so Harry Kane
perform.
doesn't perform now.
mate.
Don't
All
be
I'm saying is
stupid,
Tottenham.
bruv.
Of course, Harry
Don't
Kane
be
performs.
stupid.
That's
Come
stupid.
on.
Of course, Harry Kane performs, but when he doesn't perform, I'm gonna highlight it the same
So
way.
it's not very often, but you constantly feel the need to nitpick him.
No, it is
So
very
I'm
often.
asking
It
you,
is
what's
very-
the
it's starting to get
nitpicking?
more
Let
often
me be
than
honest,
normal.
let me be honest.
It's getting
With me-
more often than
with me,
normal.
with the Harry
Petty.
Kane
That's
thing,
all I'm saying.
I'll put it like this.
Was it not you crying about he shouldn't have started in the Champions League final?
because I know when
but it's
criticism
both of you.
is
Wait,
necessary,
both of you, both of you, like,
I know
no,
when
no, no,
criticism
no,
is
no.
necessary.
No, both of you were like,
Certain
oh,
man,
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
they don't want to see the
no, but
positives.
what did both of you
No.
say? Oh, I think Harry Kane should start. What did I say? I don't think he should start. He's not match fit.
Anyway, forget the Champions
Any-
League final. Man.
I said he should start.
You did.
Blasphemy.
You did.
Go watch the tape.
You did.
Go watch the
Anyway,
tapes.
with the Harry Kane thing, I think it's a thing where, with Wayne Rooney, where people are saying that before Wayne Rooney started doing this whole centre mid thing, he was a out and out goal scorer. He was always in the box. It was amazing. Loads of goals. And then when he started becoming this kind of second striker centre mid, he wasn't that potent anymore. He did good play, but he wasn't the striker he was anymore. I just don't want to see that happen to Harry Kane.
He won't be like that because Harry Kane's not.
That's what yeah.
But
No,
it's-
when
no.
Mora
that's
comes
different.
on, that's
when Mora
correct.
when Mora comes on, that's different. But Kane should not be in the centre of the park like that, man.
He's not got enough techers. He's not Rooney techs, so I don't know why he's even near the centre. of
But
the pitch,
boy,
anyway.
listen, that's one thing. I said the word in the streets, but I've been in the streets a lot this week, and the Arsenal fan base are potent. They're out there. They've been saying that, listen, stoppage time need to address a certain few things, a few facts and figures. And what they're telling me is that Aubameyang is the best striker in the Premier League. They're saying that we have to discuss this. And to be honest, I think they want Cam to discuss this, because obviously last year, if you haven't watched the clip, there's a 5-minute rant by Cam where Cam decides to slate Aubameyang, and now Aubameyang's scoring goals. He's scoring,
Left,
he's scoring,
right,
he's
centre.
scoring like key
Dinks.
goals now.
Mm.
So they want to know if he's the
100%.
best striker in the Prem. That's
Listen,
what they want to know.
Talk to
How
him.
could so what people think?
They're even messaging me now. They're saying, tell Cam, listen.
People think goals against Newcastle and Burnley now all of a sudden. Hold, is that what people are saying? Goals against Newcastle and Burnley now makes goals against Newcastle and Burnley in the opening 2 games of the season now makes Aubameyang the best striker in the league. Let's be realistic. I'll give Aubameyang credit. He puts goals in the back. He scores goals. Simple.
That's
as
his
that.
job.
He scores goals.
Mhm.
But again, nothing has dispelled what I said about him not being a big game player.
All right,
Wait. What happened at the end of last season? He put on a disaster class in the Europa League final. So no goals against Newcastle and Burnley has not changed my mind.
Yeah.
Right now, he's a good striker, but Aguero and Kane are easily better
That's
strikers
it.
than him.
Who is the best striker in the league?
It's Aguero.
It's Aguero for me.
Who's after him?
Kane.
And who's after Kane?
Then we
Then
can
we
start
can-
tossing it up.
Yeah, let's touch it up.
Then we
touch
can start
Say
tossing it up.
Aubameyang then.
We say you're going to Aubameyang.
I would say
I might say Aubameyang,
On
but
what
I would say
on what metrics are you going?
because he
Goals
scores,
scored,
he
I would
just
say
he
top
scores
scorer.
goals.
He's got the most. What's he got? Like 42
46,
and like
yeah.
something like that in 57, I think.
But
So
how
he's-
does that
Don't get me wrong. I
verse-
know the Europa League inflates his numbers and
Yeah.
things like that, but
But
regardless,
let's say
he's putting
in
the ball
terms
in
of
the net.
in terms of Premier League, let's verse that in terms of amount of goals versus importance of goals or goals in key matches. Reason why I say that is because I'm not going to say Jamie Vardy's he's a good striker, but Jamie Vardy's record against top 6 is immaculate.
But hold on, let me say something. But
Shoot.
Aubameyang's won his Arsenal 6 points. So
Yeah, that's good.
No, that's what we're
100%.
discussing.
He's getting
No,
winners.
we're discussing. No, we're discussing.
They're good.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah, yeah.
discussing.
That's good. That's
No, he
good. As I
deserves his
said,
credit.
We're
that is
discussing.
good. That's where I'll give him his credit.
Credit
Because
where
at the end of the
credit
day,
is due.
He's and I ain't gonna
Strikers
lie.
have to
I
shoot,
love
shoot,
I
shoot.
love the goal he scored against Newcastle. No, sorry,
Dinky,
not Newcastle.
dinky,
Against
dinky.
no, not Newcastle. Against Burnley. Like when he got the ball, it just felt like it was gonna happen. Like
Yeah.
as soon as he
You
got
couldn't
it,
deny it.
it
You
looked
couldn't
like
deny it.
this
Yeah.
guy's gonna
You
score.
couldn't deny
So when that sense of inevitability to a striker comes, then that means you're doing very well. But again, listen, They've got Liverpool at Anfield next week. Let's see if Aubameyang scores. Let's see if he scores. Let's see his performance against Liverpool at Anfield next week. Because if he goes and has a disaster class again, as he usually does, what are people going to start saying now? Come on, man.
I want to throw something else in there. People saying strike and whatnot. Firmino doesn't get goals. But in terms of an importance for what he does,
more credit and respect from you two as well.
No, I've given him his flowers now.
Firmino's important, but he's still got a role of he can get away with not scoring goals because he's got Mane and Salah who are going to bang goals. Other strikers haven't got that. Aubameyang has to score. Like Firmino doesn't have to score.
He was a midfielder.
What,
he was an attacking mid.
Yeah,
he was a number 10 who's been converted into a striker. A lot of these men are just born and bred strikers or whatever. He's
in false nine.
He's false nine. Yeah, like for me,
his touches
I
are so
watch
deft,
him
though.
and I swear to you, a lot of the things he does, I think, go unappreciated.
He came off the bench against Chelsea and changed the game.
100%.
I think he's a baller.
The thing is, when the ball comes in,
so is he better than Aubameyang?
No, because Aubameyang. If you're telling me I had to pick one of the two, I'm taking Aubameyang because Aubameyang will get me goals. Yeah.
Aubameyang's definitely.
Whereas
better than
Firmino, I think he's perfect in the system he's in. That's perfect.
But the thing
Arsenal
is,
fans,
we talk about this.
Arsenal fans talk about if he's the best in the league. They don't even. Some Arsenal fans say that Lacazette's better than him.
Well, my thing is,
Ooh,
right?
that's
a shout. But my thing is, if you put Aubameyang in the United shirt, where does that take United?
Probably just fourth.
Mate.
Probably just fourth.
You lot should actually go for that.
Are you being serious?
Because how do I know he's going to turn up in the big games? How do I know he's going to turn up in the big games? When it's
had
time,
a guaranteed 20-goal a season
when it's
striker.
time to take the points,
you would have had Rashford on steroids, basically.
Your direct rivals. Wait. When it's time to take the points off your direct rivals, I can't rely on my striker. Listen, Rashford scores goals against the top six. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, so
2 goals against the week in Chelsea.
I don't need to talk about Rashford too much. All I'm gonna say is Rashford scores goals against the top six. I've already gone through Lukaku. Yeah. I don't need a striker that's going to stat pad against these average teams. I need a striker that in the big moments is going to be able to deliver it against the big teams. Aubameyang has not proven that. Has Aubameyang proven that he can put top 6 clubs to bed? Has he? Can somebody answer me that? Can you answer that though? Has Aubameyang proven he can put top 6 clubs to bed?
I think I can't remember. I can't remember the order.
But not everything is decided on how you play top 6.
The high leverage moments.
If that was the case, then Vardy would have taken Leicester a lot higher.
He won the Premier League.
No,
he won the Premier League.
Once upon a time.
Yeah, well, he won the Premier League.
Once upon a time.
So
yeah, he's taking them
as high as they possibly can.
Since then, what have they done? Since then, what have they done?
This is the problem.
Tell me you go from Premier League winners to now regularly mid-table. Don't tell me that's acceptable.
So now he's telling
what
me
has
he didn't deliver the point the way
now
it
Vardy
should have
has to
been.
carry Leicester to back-to-back
No.
titles. Get the hell out of here.
Do more. If you're saying top 6 scoring against top 6 matters that much, Vardy should be doing more to drag Leicester in the top 6. If you're saying because you got to give Aubameyang the credit.
Let's go.
Aubameyang in the United team right now will take you lot further.
We'll be fourth. We're not going to be better than Spurs.
The only caveat.
I think
man acting like that's piss.
Because I remember when they were talking about getting a 5 goal a season Dybala in, they were talking about, we might be back in the title race now.
No one said that. No one said title race. No one said title race.
So when a 5 goal Dybala's coming in, it's
see how these man try to put things in them out.
But when it's Aubameyang, it's like, we're on.
And you get different things with Dybala.
The only caveat I'll give to United fans for saying that is because when they got Lukaku, they probably thought, you know what, we hit the money, and Lukaku made the place stink.
Yeah.
So that's the only
3 goals against the top half.
That's the only reason why I would say them looking at Aubameyang. But the thing is, if you look at Aubameyang's traits, right? Look at Rashford's traits. Okay, what? Pace. Good movement off the ball.
Yeah.
1-on-1 can finish.
Yeah.
So if you're saying that Rashford can do well, why can't Aubameyang do well at United?
I didn't say that.
Behind him. But why is it only?
I think
Aubameyang could do well at United. But Rashford right now, the most Man United are going to get with Rashford up front or this season is 4th. That's what I've said to start the season.
Okay, so what if
Aubameyang will get us 4th?
So getting Aubameyang
would be
nothing.
No. He will be a good striker. He's a top striker.
He
puts the ball in the back of the net.
That Maguire's in your defense now. So your defense, you're not leaking goals.
See, now we're doing too much hype.
No.
I'm asking. We're doing fair fantasy football, fam. This is the FPL, bro.
Come. On a roll. Let's be real, right?
Yeah.
Your defense is better now.
Okay.
And let's say you haven't got Lukaku, right? Rashford and Aubameyang.
Pogba
Why is that only taking you to 4th? That's the bit I'm not understanding.
If Aubameyang replaced Lukaku at this current moment, United are still not the pattern team. Maguire's there, yeah, cool. We're not still a perfect team. We still haven't got a good midfield. We still haven't got. We're not perfect. I still think if Man United had Aubameyang, we'll still be best we'll get this season is 4th. Now, if you start saying we had Aubameyang and we bought 2 centre midfielders and we bought a left back, okay, cool. Maybe we might get top 4. Maybe
This guy
get
sounds
top
like
2.
Jose, bro.
Maybe. But until then, if United had Aubameyang, we'll be a top 4 team. That doesn't take anything away from him, but it will be a top 4 team.
Cool.
Arsenal create more chances than United anyway, bro. We don't create chances like that. If Pogba's not creating chances, we're done.
No, I get you.
What do
So
we think of the
Aubameyang
new-
could come to
That's
United and
what
look
we
like a
think
bum.
I want to go into that. So
Nicolas
we've mentioned-
Pepe.
we've mentioned Harry Maguire. You just highlighted some few players. You just mentioned Pepe. In terms of the new signings so far, who's really impressed?
No, can't we say? I mean, it's only one game.
Who's looking like they could be the signing? Who is the stand? Who will be the standout based on what we've seen in the first 2 games?
Based just on the 2 games, I'm going Ndombele. My dog.
Based on the 2 games.
My
What,
God.
what,
Okay, not
the
just
what-
the 2 games.
the one that he
just
was.
just of his natural ability, I think straight away he's coming. He's got a goal and assist. I think he fits and
See,
is what Spurs
football
need.
is changing.
Let me
man.
finish, bruv.
Alright, carry on.
Yeah.
Football's a
Listen,
fickle game.
Listen.
Football's a fickle game.
I
And someone shot.
don't care. Does it register in my fantasy team?
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
Is that what we're doing?
Go on, let him finish. Let him finish.
Go on. No.
Listen, I think
Who
he's
you
what
think?
Spurs needed. I think he'll fit well into our side, and I think the way I see it, I can't see him turning out to be bad in the sense the way Fred was for United last year.
Ooh. Okay, Cam, who you thinking?
I'm gonna go Wan-Bissaka. I think Wan-Bissaka is gonna be. He's just gonna be Wan-Bissaka.
Maguire.
You know, because I feel like with Maguire,
He could be a game changer.
Maguire is a game changer, but it's still Wan-Bissaka with him is still.
How old
it's
is
a
Wan-Bissaka
pattern
again?
defense. He's 21.
So that's a
21,
defender
20.
you've got for at least 6,
I think
7
with
years.
Wan-Bissaka, we know exactly what we're gonna get.
Mm.
We know he's always gonna be defensively solid. Oh, hopefully he can improve. What's it called? Hopefully he can improve offensively. But I feel like the
I don't
crowd are
think
gonna.
he's bad offensively.
I mean, I think he still needs to improve. Like the
I
ball
think he
gets
needs
stuck
to
under
improve,
his
but I don't
feet.
think
and
he's. I don't think he's bad. If you get what I'm coming from.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that
he's all right.
There's work to do, but I don't think he's bad. People are making it out like he can't cross.
He's just average going forward.
He was one of those.
A very inefficient.
No.
right
He's
winger.
like at academy level. No, at academy was like that man like Jeff Schlupp.
Them
Like they were
pacey-
wingers like,
But
but
let's not sleep on Ceballos as well.
I was
at
about to say
Arsenal.
that.
Yeah,
I was-
that
he was gonna be
debut.
my
He,
shot.
I mean, he's a baller, and it's one of them ones. I'm hoping he does so well at Arsenal that Real Madrid think, okay, let's bring him back. Let's
Yeah.
bring back Pogba. Let's
So-
get Pogba for next season.
My
We-
only-
we got him.
Oh,
He's-
only
he's
caveat, I think he can be good. However, it depends on how Arsenal play. Because again, there's this whole thing where he has to come all the way deep to get the ball
Mhm.
and then start making magic.
But he
happen.
can do that.
For
though.
me,
That's-
I
that's-
He
think
can,
that
however,
he
that's
kinda
what
brings-
that's what disrupts Arsenal.
He
Because
brings to
Arsenal
their
have had
midfield
players
what
that have played in that position
Ozil.
and have always had to come and get the ball
Yeah.
and then go forward. And it's like, no, he just needs to be able to operate. He shouldn't have to do everything.
I think they've got a good midfield. I don't think Gundozi's
Nah.
as bad as guys make out. I think he's all right.
I think he's very.
I think
alright. I think Torreira definitely needs to start.
he's
if they're
average,
gonna-
man.
You see,
Torreira's
Guendouzi's
average.
good, but
Torreira's average.
I think Torreira.
I'd rather bank on
and
Gundozi
Ceballos.
getting good than
if they're
Torreira.
gonna stand a chance, Arsenal, they need to start those. Just Ceballos and Torreira for me.
Bro,
I
that's
think
bro, that's like a
one of
miniature
do
midfield.
you know what one of the
Let
issues
them
that
get bullied.
Arsenal
Oh man,
have
that
as
evil.
well. And again, I
Who's
said it
yours?
was,
Hey.
that's what I said. You said man, and I said that was all good.
Okay, you know this guy tries to run. You know, fam.
See
See this guy tries to run.
He hated it.
Hashtag
Man,
mass.
I told him.
Hashtag mass.
Say one. He's come with 2 or 3. What's going on with
Hashtag
that?
mass.
Yeah.
Hashtag mass. Go on.
Tell them what mass is then.
Go on. Make a shout.
There we go. Man's just said
Hashtag make a
mass.
shout.
People don't
You
even know what
I
that
didn't
mass
even
is.
know what that means.
That's what
Hashtag
I'm saying, bro.
make a shout.
Man, I just making segments on
making
the. God,
any
just get out of here, man.
So who's yours?
I think if Arsenal
What you call him?
operate,
Wait, say
Man
that
called him
again. Who?
Celebas, you know.
Wait, say that.
Ceballos.
Say- No,
that is some
what-
bias.
He said
That is some
Celebas.
bias. It's one of those things. I think if Arsenal operate
I said
properly,
that's the centre back they signed. Celebas.
Nah, Salibas.
Saliba.
Saliba,
Salibas, is it? Yeah.
Saliba,
Oh, Saliba.
Saliba, yeah.
Plays for Arsenal, man. It don't matter.
Oh man, alright, cool. So the streets have been talking about loads of stuff, and one of our, in fact, T Brown, hold that T Brown. He's been piping up recently. He's a bit upset about this whole
That
new
guy.
thing. So a report came out ranking what players are worth, and based on performances in the last few years and whatnot, Sancho is ranked as the 5th.
It's a value.
Is it this year?
It's valuable.
Is it cum-
It's valuable.
is it accumulated? It's
It's
accumulated
valuable.
value.
It's about age. It's about contracts. It's about
And it's
teams that are
accumulated.
interested in the
Exactly.
player.
So-
there's about appearance. Bro, there's so much.
There's so many things. It's like an index.
There's a lot of
basically an
hypotheticals.
It's an index.
How
It's an
come?
index. So it says at this age, based on your performances and whatnot, based on your all of this type of stuff,
Yeah.
how much should you be worth in the market? And they've ranked Sancho 5th,
What in the world?
to which a lot of people.
So what? This
156.
So this thing is basically saying, out of all the players in the world,
So-
Sancho's the 5th most valuable.
most valuable.
Most
Yeah,
valuable player. Yeah, that's what it's saying.
5th.
That's
Fifth.
the index.
It's
the
an index.
all the
It's an
criteria
index.
They've
Yeah.
created. Yeah,
5th.
it's a create.
Fifth.
Yes, 5th. 1, 2,
Bruh.
3, 4.
5th.
Yes.
That's mad.
Well,
No
I don't
way.
see. The
No
thing
way.
Is, it's a criteria
I don't-
thing.
I don't
It's
buy
something
that.
that's
It's an index.
manufactured.
I understand.
Pogba and Neymar weren't even in the top 10, so that shows that it's
an
not
index.
something that's
It's an
necessarily
index.
very.
Because think
Yes.
about how old is Sancho?
19.
So that goes into it. It goes. He's 19, and based on what he's doing at the moment, he has a ceiling that could go X. That's one thing that goes
Sancho's
into it.
is he a top
Listen,
player? Yes or
he's
no?
a baller. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
The
Top
boy's
baller.
got feet. Over the first 5-10 yards, no one's catching him.
Discredit man. I
Silky.
don't like when man do that. You know, he's a baller. He's got feet.
No, I'm talking
That's like saying-
skills-wise dribbling.
That's like saying
First
Harry Kane's a
touch.
baller. He can shoot from far.
Yeah.
Listen, what do you want me to do? Break
No,
it down.
I said he's got. Pick him up. Man said he's a baller. He's got
got
feet.
good bit of dribbling. Nice little feet.
Yeah.
Good technique. Good over the first
He can-
5-10
he
yards.
can drop a shoulder.
Drop a shoulder. Do a little shimmy.
His
Nah,
final-
listen, he's good.
His
He's
final ball is
technically-
great as well.
Technically very gifted, but something England hasn't had in a minute. So for me, the only thing is I just, with all youngsters, with all players who have like a good one season, I say give it time. And it's one of them ones I think for what he's doing right now, wicked. The numbers he's put up are kind of double figures in the goals and assists.
He's
in
got.
what, less than 50 games.
He's got.
Like,
He's got.
Fair play. I
he's-
know.
Yeah, he's not.
Listen,
He's, I
and
mean,
the thing
it's
is,
not-
he's
it's not
playing
va-
in a good team. He's playing in a young team, and he's actually one of the leaders in that team on the field. So I've got to give him credit for that.
How
He's
do you-
playing for his country. So
How do you know he's a leader?
what do you mean?
How do you know he's one of?
Well, he's one of the ones having the biggest impact on the pitch. That's why I said on the pitch. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Not off the pitch.
know, man, like
Man
the
ain't trying to
friends-
rally around the change
Yeah.
rooms.
Yes.
I'm not in the dressing
know-
rooms. Don't worry.
you know-
I ain't got my inside sources.
Because online at the moment, people are having discussions about leaders and whatnot. So I've got to know what man are
Nah,
claiming
man,
leaders
on
to
the
be.
pitch, like he's having one of the most
Alright,
impact
cool,
there.
yeah,
Him
yeah,
and
I hear
Royce, like they're leading that team going forward.
Okay.
I
So-
think. Look, he's got 22 assists, 16
Don't
goals.
inflate the numbers.
20,
I'm sure.
22 assists, 16 goals in 58 games, I think it is.
Something like that.
So that's about
Nope.
38.
Nope.
What is it?
19 assists and 14 goals in 49 games.
No, it's not. I can get something up right now. 57 appearances, 38,
So when I don't have
38
my,
goals
so
in
wait,
assists.
so when I don't have my laptop, you don't want to start.
We'll pull it
this
up.
is
Why you bring a laptop? Why don't you bring a laptop?
Fuad has
We'll put it on
stats.
Stoppage
Where's the laptop?
Man, them are doing. Man are trading stats and that.
Guys want me to
Where your
bring up
stats
the
from? What
numbers.
transfer market?
Yeah.
The
Where's
thing
your-
with
Man,
Cam,
I'm
you guys
transfer
need to
market.
realize Cam
Man,
is
the
always
transfer market.
Cam is always
No, but
credible.
your stats are in your notes though.
Yeah, mine are in my notes, but
Yeah,
I
so
can
you-
pull it up on transfer market as well. I don't mind.
Look, Jadon Sancho has directly been involved in 38 goals
Directly
in
being
50.
involved. That's the, you know when they start adding key passes.
No, it's
and
not because
all
I'm
of
about to.
these-
Let me
I'm
finish. Let me
talking
finish.
goals
Jadon
and
Sancho.
assists.
Bro.
It's like
Jadon
2 and 3.
Sancho has been directly involved in 38 goals in 58 games
Who's the
across all
source?
competitions
Your
from
WhatsApp group?
Dortment. It was
Twitter.
Squawka.
WhatsApp
It was
group.
Squawka.
Twitter.
You know Squawka is
Why
accurate.
you getting
22. Wait. 22 assists, 16 goals. Thank you very much. So. How is that's the stats that if a
Okay.
28-year-old was putting down, you're going to be
That was
extremely
saying, yeah, in
impressed.
the form of
So
the
let's
year.
not just because Jadon Sancho is 19 start trying to push him into the box
Tell you
of
what,
he's
it
a
doesn't
young
mean
player,
anything,
young
but
player.
What's his value on transfer market? Just for interest.
Who cares about Jadon Sancho?
No. But it just goes back to what we're trying to say. Like they're gonna have a high number for him as well. Like these things are based on indexes. But in terms of
If Sancho gets signed tomorrow, he's getting signed for £100 million.
100%, maybe even more.
No,
Maybe
it's
even
not 'cause
more. It's not because of
he's-
media.
He's a young. Jao Felix just got
Oh
signed
my
for
God.
126
He's
million.
number 11 in the world. and
Ah.
valued at
Wait, so
90
say-
million pounds.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
Like
what transfer market value
anything
is
that's
at.
an index is gonna put him high.
Lord of
He's a
mercy.
young player.
Does he
But I get
deserve
it's-
it? Yes or
what
no?
they're seeing is
Well,
the
yes.
upside. That's the thing. And the fact that he's
100%.
tied to a secure contract is you're going to have to pay big money anyway.
Listen, the guy.
The thing
Pulisic-
Is he a player? Is he a player?
He's a player. He's a player.
Pulisic
Great
went to
example.
Chelsea.
Great example.
Jadon
That's
Sancho.
that's what I love is the fact
Great
that
example.
Chelsea have got this big signing now, but they don't realize he's only there because Sancho pushed him out.
Exactly.
Like Sancho's actually that good.
And
at 18,
how much did Chelsea
pushed him
sign
out.
him for?
65.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
how can you tell me that
Sancho's gonna be
Sancho?
worth
And
more?
how did he start the season yesterday? Goal and assist. He's a top player.
What was
Like,
that?
let's not just put him
Oprah.
in a box because he's 20,
Decent.
because he's 19. If it was a 28-year-old doing exactly what Jadon Sancho is doing, you'll be hyped.
put it this way. Wait, based on
Is he a generational? I don't
If
know.
we
how
have
he's
to
a-
wait-
I just
Generational
think
talent.
generational.
Mbappe's a generational
yeah,
talent.
like-
Mbappe's in generational.
And Sancho
Yeah.
is not Mbappe.
Yeah, you
That's
get
all I'll
only
say.
generational is meant to sound like you get them once in a generation.
Yeah.
So if Mbappe's
And I
around,
think
Like a Ronaldo.
Wait, how
Yeah,
did
exactly.
how is
Exactly.
how does
So-
Mbappe?
he's 20.
So
Yeah,
I
he's
think
20.
in terms of generation talent, there's usually kind of like two in the age group. Or something. It's kind of like you
No.
stand out.
I'm
Not in the age group. It's
I'm
kind of like
not.
in the moment.
No,
In the
Mbappe-
moment,
yeah,
like, so
not
it's like
yet.
Mbappe. You got
Mbappe-
Mbappe and who
Yeah.
else?
Mbappe is way ahead
Mbappe,
of
that's
everyone.
it.
That's
We
it.
gotta wait.
We've got to wait.
We gotta
And
wait.
before Mbappe, I can't remember the last.
Because there's
person. It
enough
was like, oh
man
my
who-
god.
Do you remember Robinho? Enough man who come 18,
No, do you know who
19
the worst-
pop,
the
and
worst-
they fizzle out
The
25,
worst generational
26.
talent ever was Freddie Adu.
But he was just a football manager.
He was
No,
never
but
even a
everyone
talent.
everyone
He was
spoke.
never even a
Everyone
talent.
said it like this
Like
guy's gonna
Robinho,
set
they
the
were
world.
saying
Like,
he's Robinho, they were saying he's going to be the next Pele and all this. And even at Madrid, he pops for a season or two.
and then
Come City was doing fucking little rainbow flicks and all this.
and
it
then
was
what
like,
happened afterwards?
boy, fizzled out real quick. Nah, he didn't
Hey,
even really
he was a
top
top
off
talent.
at Barca, Saviola.
You only get
Nah,
one. You
man,
only
he
get
was one of them ones. The man
only
who we
get
were playing
one.
Championship Manager early on always gas about him, not me.
You only get-
I could tell
you
you,
only
one
get.
of
It's
those
right. You only
things.
get one.
Obviously, Mbappe and Sancho are not on the same level. Mbappe is clear,
He's clear,
of
he's
Sancho.
gone.
Mbappe is clear of every single young. Mbappe is one of the top 5 best players in the world.
Generational.
Like
Yeah.
let's not sleep on that.
Top 5 in the world right now.
Arguably, how many players are better than Mbappe? Can you say?
It's hard to argue.
I
What we
don't
talking,
know.
every
How many?
position?
How many?
Or are you talking just forwards?
Could you like? I don't
No,
know.
I'm just talking
Bro, we're
about
talking
in
all
that young. I'm
footballers.
talking about young.
If you could take 5 players to start a team, wouldn't Mbappe be one of them?
Nah.
No, if you're taking the 5 best players in the world,
He ain't one of the 5.
Who do you think's the 5 best players in the world?
For me,
Yeah.
Messi and Ronaldo have to be there.
Van
Yeah.
Dijk.
Neymar, and right now Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Mate,
Hazard.
what about his-
Hazard. Well, you think Hazard's definitely clear of Mbappe?
Hazard is because he's a
Is
Chelsea
def-
fan.
is
I would've-
Hazard-
I would
is
have put
Hazard-
Hazard in there.
Is Hazard definitely
I'm not putting
is he
that-
clear of Mbappe? Or could
I'd
you
put
could you
Salah.
not take?
I'd put Salah ahead of Mbappe right now.
Do you is?
I'd put Salah ahead
What
of
was-
Mbappe.
Salah's not
You,
better than
you
Mbappe.
see what we're
Like,
saying
right
right now
now,
is
I'd take
again.
Mbappe over Salah.
It goes back to what we said in terms
I
of
don't
when
know.
you're looking at Mbappe, you're looking about this guy is
I was
only how
thinking
old
Mbappe
and he's
over
doing
Salah.
this. So imagine when he's look at Sancho and Mbappe, the performance they're putting in, right?
Stop. Let's wait.
No,
I'm sorry.
I'm not putting it together.
We need to
They're
stop this
different, They're different.
because I know people are going to look
Yeah,
at it
look-
like this
look
guy's
at-
comparing.
Look
Sancho.
at
Let's stop Sancho and Mbappe,
Sancho,
please.
full stop.
Yeah.
Thank
Look
you.
at Mbappe. Look at performances that Mbappe's playing at his young age, right? If he was 28, people would say, "Oh, he's in the form of his life and whatnot. Like, this is his riches." These guys are doing it at a very, very, very young age. Yeah.
The
it's
only
you-
reason.
we are comparing people at the beginning of their careers to people at their primes.
But the only difference is Mbappe's been doing this for like 3 years.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Sancho is 1 season.
Sancho's
yeah,
one
yeah.
season. No,
That's why
forget
I'm
the
saying
Sancho point.
that's-
Forget the Sancho point. Let's talk about the Mbappe point. The Mbappe point, he's been doing this for 3 years. He started at the beginning of his career. People are in the prime of the career and they're matching his numbers. Wherever, I don't care whatever his league it is. Form is form.
The only thing
So-
with Mbappe is, you have to kind of like wait until, not wait, he's going to keep damaging, obviously, he does his thing. But until he brings home like a UCL or something, people are still going to have this kind of, because at the end of the day, he's playing, obviously got the World Cup, but he's playing, wait,
Like,
no,
that-
you're not letting me
that
finish,
for me-
because there's always, people are still going to be like, can he do this in other leagues? At the end of the day,
Okay,
he's
okay.
playing in the Uber
I see
Eats
what you're
league.
saying.
The league is
Yeah.
sponsored
No.
by Uber Eats, so it's
I
not a
get you.
serious league anymore.
My thing is,
Let's,
right,
that
Tell
just
you what,
dispels the
that's-
French league.
there's-
That's bad.
So
there's one thing. Yeah, there's one thing that stands
because
out. For me.
let's be real,
gotta be
because
real, right.
Memphis came to Man United, struggled, and now going to the French league, and he's doing
balling
this
out.
every single day. Bro, he's doing this every single day. I rate Memphis, but
like
he's
his
taken he's
drip.
the French league level
Big
is
drip.
Well,
look at the
360
French league
style.
level. You guys got to consider the French league level is worse. So
Yeah.
when Mbappe goes abroad and does his thing even more, then he'll be. But for me, he's
Really
a top
random.
player.
Really
That's what I'm
random.
saying.
Really
That's for me
random.
the difference.
Uber
is-
Eats
really,
league.
really
If
random.
people
Say
need to
Uber
be
Eats, just
consistent.
Quick one, really
Champions
random.
League
Based
People
on
need
your
to be
point,
consistent.
based on your point, based on Pepe's performances, I really want to see what happens with the season with him, because again, that's someone
Ridiculous.
that's someone that's coming.
Right
Thank
now,
you.
what
People
he's
didn't
doing.
want to
That's
give
someone-
people.
that's someone that's coming from
People
that
didn't
league.
want to give Pepe his necessary I don't even rate Pepe that much, but people didn't want to give him that much clout because
Yeah.
they're like he came from the Uber Eats league.
Straight.
So I'm trying to say
he wasn't
Yeah.
playing
That's what I'm
Champions
saying.
League.
You
He
don't
wasn't
need to
playing
say it, but
Champions
again-
League, and he plays for Ivory
Yeah,
Coast.
that's
He
what I'm
weren't
saying.
playing World Cup.
You know Hazard took the Uber Eats
Mbappe's
league for a
doing
walk
World
at
Cup
18.
and Champions League, and even did Champions
Did
League
man see
at
what
Monaco.
Hazard was doing to
No,
did
no,
man
Monaco.
see
Do you
what
remember when he was embarrassing City?
No, Mbappe is a
At
No,
Monaco.
listen.
listen, I'm not taking
Give-
away from him, but at the end of the day, his bread and butter is the league, right? His bread and butter is the league.
It is.
That's where we
But
get
he
to get.
always
Wait.
stands
That's
out
where
in the
we
big
get to get
moments.
most gassed about him and see him more consistently in the league.
I'll be honest.
That's
a lot
a
of
league
people,
that
I'll be
Hazard
honest,
walked.
A lot of people
at
don't have
14.
BT. A lot of people are not watching him in week in, week out.
But you get it though.
Yeah, we have to because it's our role to. But a lot of people are watching clips on Twitter.
Yeah.
Hazard did it at 18 though. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, of course.
Wait,
Mbappe,
okay,
listen,
wait,
I just said
question.
Mbappe is arguably a
does
top five
Hazard,
player.
does Hazard count as a generational talent?
I think he might be. Yeah, he is.
No.
He is.
No,
He does.
That's the thing. No, we need to.
Bro, I don't even like how last week we were saying casually, oh, now Hazard's left. Who's the best player? Like Aguero didn't exist.
Hazard's better than Aguero.
Like,
Hazard's better
what?
than Aguero. Yes, he is.
okay.
Yes, he is.
As you would say, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I just
Just
looked back
a-
at the video last week. I was like, huh?
This guy, get out of here, man.
Hazard.
Okay, cool.
When was
Within the
Hazard
prem,
the
within the
best?
prem, within the prem.
This
how
guy
many-
is this guy.
Within the
fam.
prem to round up. Within the prem, how many generational talents do we have at the moment?
Ronaldo,
Prem.
Messi.
In the
That's
prem.
it.
No, in the prem.
Oh,
do we
in the
have?
Prem.
Okay, in the prem, do we have any?
Nah.
Boy,
Nah.
listen. If I speak,
there- is
if
there
I
a
speak,
man-
if I speak,
No,
I
say
don't want
say
to
how
say
you
too
feel.
much.
If
What?
you
All right. What defines a generational talent?
for me, Put it this
Obviously,
way,
their talent level and what they done at a young age. Would you guys say?
I would say generational talent is someone that in any generation they'll be one
they
of the
would
best
stand out and they'll be
Yeah.
one of the best players.
one of the best
That's
As in his
you
talent.
can-
yes,
As in his
yes,
talent.
yes,
You can
that's-
point
that's-
him
yeah.
out and drop
Yeah.
him in any generation and say,
That's-
you
that's
As
what
in,
it is to me,
as
yeah.
in his talent. Yeah, and
Don't you
Yeah,
see
no,
this
no,
guy?
as in-
He says
as
talent.
in his talent.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
is that what you're trying to
Wait,
tell
wait,
me?
wait. Holes.
Are you trying to tell me?
One second, one
So
second.
are you
Sterling
Cam,
in
one
the
second.
summer.
Okay, let me tell you. All right.
Cam, one second. Just so we're clear, the metrics we're going to use for this is
Yeah, let's get the
a generational talent is a player that, based on their talent and performances and what they produce as a player, if you put them in any time, any sort of football, because people say football's changed, they will still be one of the top performers within that. That is what I deem a generational talent.
When you think of Hazard and Neymar, yeah, if they end their careers without Ballon d'Or, it's always going to look at it as like they've kind of flopped. They've underdone what
They've underachieved.
When you see someone like Sterling, he's getting mad praise because like, he's doing bits, but for what the bits that Sterling's doing, it's not enough for Neymar and Hazard. They have to be the best player in the world.
That's another way of looking at it.
Everyone has set for them.
That's another way of looking at it.
Generational talent.
All right, cool. So
For me,
if
I
we're
would
talking
even-
about generational
Go on, no,
talent,
go on.
yeah.
But I would even
No,
Listen,
no,
it's
listen.
about what you do as a young player, right? And your talent, yeah. So Pogba's a generational talent. Let me tell you
Give
why.
us a case. No,
Let
give
me
a
tell you.
case.
Let
Give
me
a
tell you
case.
right now, because you man don't
No,
listen.
I'm
Because
listening.
man are giving me criteria. Because people don't like to listen. Yeah.
No, give a case. Go on.
All right. Under 20 World Cup, Pogba, France won it.
Yeah.
Pogba won best player of the under 20 World Cup.
Yeah.
He went on to win Golden Boy, which means you're the best young player in the world. Yeah,
Facts.
of your age group. No, I don't
No,
know.
let
but
him
I
go,
don't
let
know.
him
But
go,
that
let him
means.
go.
But
Let him, wait, 1 second.
But then that means
Ronaldo
Pogba went
Sanchez
on to
was-
win
One
it.
second.
In his first season of football with Juventus, he won the league, right? So how does that mean as a teenager, was he not generational? Is he not generational as a talent?
Can I make a
Is he
point?
not ticking all the boxes
Can
of
I-
a
can I make
generational
a-
player?
Can I make a
No,
point on
but
what you
is he
said?
not ticking the box?
No,
He
no,
was
no,
the golden
Cam.
boy. He was the golden boy. He was the under 20 best player. So that means in the World Cup of all the people of his age group, he was the best
Can I make
player.
a-
So how does that
Can I
not
make
make
a
him?
quick point? No, wait, 1 second. Can I make a quick
I'm just
point?
saying, if they're by going by criteria,
No,
right?
no. I hate
I'm
you.
just saying.
Hey, can I make-
So
let me make
that's
a-
what I'm
let me
saying.
make a really quick point.
Criteria,
Let
he
me-
is.
can I make a
but
quick point?
it's arguable
Can
if
I
you
make
want
a-
to
can I
be
make-
debatable. if you
Can
Can I
want.
make a quick
I
point?
deal with
You
facts.
Can I make a really quick
I deal
point?
with facts.
Can I make a really quick
Yeah,
point? You see, if Pogba failed to win like a Ballon d'Or, would it be not? I don't want to say a stain on his career, but would people look at him and be like, "How have you not achieved?"
Oh,
that?
sorry, I even forgot. 2014 World Cup,
Yeah.
FIFA World Cup best young player. So he went on from being the under 20 best player
to
to
being the
go
best
to the
player.
World Cup after winning the Golden Boy
Yeah.
to be the FIFA World Cup best player, young player. I'm just telling facts. I haven't
Cam,
told you lot nothing
no.
but facts.
Do you know this is so
That's
ironic?
it. I haven't told you nothing
yeah.
but facts.
Yeah. No, but-
That's it. You
No,
can
I-
argue as much
no,
as you
I'm
want.
not-
I told facts.
Bro, I'm not
That's it.
arguing.
I'm
I'm
just
saying, bro, I've given
I'm
you the
just saying
criteria.
because I can anticipate.
I
I can
know.
anticipate.
Okay,
that
wait,
does
one
not
second.
dictate generational
I'm just
talent.
all right. Cool.
Fine,
I'm
one
telling
thing.
you facts.
Last thing. Wait, just answer that question for me. Just because I'm just pinning out. That was another criteria. That's right.
Yep.
If Pogba failed to win a Ballon d'Or, would that be like a shock or shame that he didn't win it?
How many centre mids win Ballon d'Or?
I'm just asking a question.
I'm just asking.
Now the
In this day and
excuses
age,
start
how many
coming
centre
out.
mids win Ballon d'Or?
I don't
Hey, listen.
care.
No one can give me.
Cannavaro won it.
Look, I'm gonna
A
read
centre
out. Yeah.
back.
Look at Pogba. Wait. Yeah, but Messi exists. I'm sorry,
Messi
guys.
existed. We
Schneider
can't,
would've-
we
listen,
can't make
Schneider would've won
hypotheticals.
one.
Alright, listen.
Messi
Listen.
didn't
We can't make
exist.
hypotheticals.
Just to repeat, yeah. At under 17 championship, Pogba was in the team of the tournament. Under 19 championship, Pogba was in the team of the tournament. Under 20 World Cup, best player, Golden Boy, Serie A team of the year, FIFA World Cup best young player.
Okay, so to summarize, wait. So to summarize,
Hold on, does that not mean he was the best
Wait,
of his
come,
age
come,
group?
come.
Of
So-
his,
to summarize, the only generational talent.
Prem.
Wait, so to summarize, the only generational talent in the Premier League is Pogba.
Hell no.
listen, I'm just dealing with facts. Tell me a young player that's been as good as Paul Pogba was when he was that age
You know
in the
what?
Premier
I
League
don't
right
care
now.
Listen,
about
Maybe
if you're
Aguero.
watching,
Sergio Aguero is
if you're
unbelievable
watching,
young player, but he's
if
not
you're
wasn't
watching,
generational.
if you're watching, shout us out. Stoppage Time TV's Instagram. Let
Look,
us know.
I'm wearing my
Let
France
us know.
top for a reason. You
Let
know?
us know
This
who.
French top is being worn for a reason.
Let us know who the generational talents are.
Paul
Let us
Pogba.
know. Let us
Bias.
know who if Paul Pogba is a generational talent as well. That's another episode. I'm tired, man.
Listen.
Samuel
This
Samuel
bias
MTT.
guy. Every week Pogba.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you.
Pogba.
Okay, but all I told you guys is
You,
facts. All I told you guys is facts. That's what I'm saying.